The brain. What is the brain?
The dictionary describes the brain as part of the central nervous system, enclosed in the cranium of humans and other vertebrates, consisting of a soft, convoluted mass of gray and white matter, and serving to control and coordinate the mental and physical actions.
But to us, it means a completely different thing.
So, for those of you who don't know much about the brain,
here's a video with some fun facts.
the control panel of our body.
The conscious of our life.
Now we could stand up here and give you boring facts about the brain that you'll forget in 30 minutes.
Or we could have fun with the presentation with the illusion of magic.
We have divided this presentation into 5 segments, each containing different information about the brain.
These segments will be educational, yet entertaining.
So sit back and relax.
Science of the Brain by Matt, Garrison, Delana, Michael, and Rebecca. Now, what kind of technology is available that helps us understand the brain at new levels? As many as 500 brain scans are performed in Scotland every week. These scans are mostly used to diagnose or rule out serious diseases like strokes and tumors, but this isn't their only function. Brain scans can also show more subtle changes like brain shrinkage, which is more common as people get older.
In this trick, I will be able to rule out cards just like scientists are able to rule out diseases with brain scans. Now, I'm going to come up to one of you guys, and I'm going to ask you guys to tell me when to stop running my finger down the stick. I'm going to tell me when to stop. When to stop.
Stop.
Oh. That card?
I see it.
Can you take it? Now show everybody in the class.
And not you.
Not me. Now, in your head, I want you to guess, is the card red or black? In your head.
Yes?
Well, think of the card in your head. Now, I'm going to guess that the card is black. Now, in your head, guess, is it spades or clubs? Alright. I think it's clubs. Now, is it ace through 5 or 6 through king? And I think it's ace through 5, right? I think it's between 2 and 4. Yeah, it's 3 clubs. Right?
Show you now?
Yeah, is it 3 clubs?
That was easy.
focus more on the unsolved mysteries of the brain, since they're more mysterious. Scientists don't really know why we sleep or we dream. One guess is because we needed to restore energy to our body. But if that's the case, then why does our brain remain hard at work? A theory about why we dream is because our brain is practicing actions we have done or will do in real life. Scientists also aren't sure how memories are formed, how we retrieve them, or how they disappear, and many other questions. In a study, researchers found that neurons activated in the recall of a memory are probably the ones that were activated when the event occurred. So when you're thinking about a memory, you're actually reliving it. Scientists are completely puzzled when it comes to answering questions about consciousness. Like, what is a mind? What is the difference between your brain and your mind? What is responsible for your feelings and thoughts? With the help of brain imaging, scientists are one step closer to answering some of these questions. They can see what each part of the brain controls, what it does. What scientists don't know is how a thought comes to be or where they are stored. Scientists are also attempting to figure out the connection between conscious and unconscious memories.
Okay, while this trick I'm about to perform is mysterious, just like the brain, you should not try it due to fatal teeth injuries. Now, does anybody in this classroom have a quarter tomorrow? Okay. Okay. You have a quarter? Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna have to keep it though. Can I keep it? Yeah. Sure? Yeah. Okay. Alright.
Okay. How does the brain work? What parts of the brain control cognitive function and memory? The main parts of the brain and functions are the cerebrum. The cerebrum takes up the most space, controls the most complex functions, such as problem-solving, decision-making, memory, thinking, and feeling. It additionally controls movement. The cerebellum controls balance and coordination, and the brainstem controls the most basic functions like heart rate, breathing, eating, sleeping, and blood pressure, among other things. The lower areas of the brain are the more basic and primitive parts of the brain, so like animals, like we share that part of the brain with animals. Animals have the same parts of the brain, and the higher parts of the brain are more complex, cover more complex things. And with the unconscious mind, unless one has a condition that prevents you from dreaming, everyone dreams whether they remember them or not. The limbic system in the brain controls dreams and is a very primitive part of the brain. It is part of the brainstem, and parts of the limbic system are also related to memory. The hippocampus and amygdala play a major role in memory.
Alright, now, in this trick, just like the brain, it has many parts to it, kind of like a deck of cards. Now, if I can get another audience member. Okay, Jacob. Now, I'm going to ask you to tell me when to release my finger.
Stop.
Alright, I'm going to ask you to take that card and show everybody in the class. It's okay, show me, it doesn't matter.
Wait, show me again. Can I see it?
Yeah,
I don't see it.
down from the camera's
I can't see it.
9 of hearts? Okay, now, put this card right here. The 9 of hearts, right? I'm going to turn the whole deck into the 9 of hearts. I'm going to have to tap the deck. I'm going to give it a little punch. Let's see here. Yeah, it didn't do anything. I'm going to have to do it a little bit harder. Okay, I think it might have worked. One more. Alright, watch. you did? You turned the whole deck into the 9 of hearts. But if I take this card, throw it right back in, I have 2 of spades again. Along the whole deck. How does the structure of the brain affect learning styles? Each part of the brain can be used for different learning styles. The frontal lobe is associated with reasoning, planning, parts of speech, movement, emotions, and problem solving. Essentially, it is used for logical, social, and even solitary learning. These learning styles help you by working out a problem with learning, working with a group, and getting their perspective, and lastly, working alone and reading it to yourself. The parental lobe, associated with movement, orientation, recognition, and perception of the stimuli. Stimulant. With this part of the brain, this helps you with physical learning, which is like learning by movements or actions. The optical lobe is associated with visual processing. This helps people when they learn by seeing things, which is called visual learning. Lastly, the temporal lobe, associated with perception and recognition of auditory stimuli, memory, and speech. This part of the brain works well with oral and verbal learners, since they learn by hearing things, like in a song, and learning by hearing words with both speech and writing.
So now that you know a lot of stuff about memory, I'm gonna need a volunteer. Let's get a card.
No, it's a good girl.
All right, we'll pick a girl. So this is not by Maggie. All right, I'm going to take this. You can examine it if you want. I'm going to need you to pick a color and place it in the box face up. Don't show me. Show the camera and everybody else. Okay.
You should call the
Camera. Okay. All right, I'll bring it back up. You can sit down. All right, so now put it behind my back. Feel around, and now I'm going to guess what color it was. Feel it. Now, I'm going to guess that your color that you placed faced up in the box is orange. Oh my God, it was. Brains.
This is about like what about the subconscious mind and things that goes. Your subconscious mind actually is running your life because it controls 95 to 99% of what you do daily. And your subconscious mind runs 1,000,000 times faster than your conscious mind. And only the super aware people control about 5% of what you do. The average person only controls about 1% of their actions. Our life revolves around the programming of our subconscious mind. Our brains begin to prepare for action just over 1/3 of a second before we consciously decide to act. In other words, even when we think we are conscious, it is our unconscious mind which is actually making our decisions for us. The subconscious mind cannot move it outside its fixed programs. It automatically reacts to situations with previously coded behavior. Responses, a new attitude, positive or negative, sends new messages to the cells in our body and can actually program their health and behavior. It can change cellular structure, turning disease cells into healthy cells, and that's from a new study done by a doctor that I forgot his name.
Okay, now for our final trick. Since this trick will have an estimate of 95% of thumbs up from you guys, we're hoping you will enjoy.
Make sure you just.
Now. It says coloring book with magic on it, but unfortunately, the pages are blank. So now, if I just, does anybody have a pencil? Anybody have a pencil?
I have a pencil, I'll try to do
So, if you trace this picture out, trace that picture out for me.
Does it have to be accurate?
It should be accurate. Just the body. Okay, so now that Shannon just traced that picture off, Shannon actually put pictures in the rest of the book. But now, if I take colors from everyone's shirt and everywhere, I can put colors inside the book.
You should get some Shannon's
Shannon's what?
Or
Do you have
the
extra color?
I have no
I'm full of pages.
Not me.
There you go. So now, if you guys put colors in this coloring book, every page in here is filled with colored pages. But unfortunately, if I take all the color and pencil marks out and just throw it on the ground like that, all the pages in the book are back blank.